We put it out to our scientific friends to pressure test it, to analyze it, and go, did we get this right? Do we think this is signs of ancient life on Mars? And after a year of review, they've come back and they said, listen, we can't find another explanation. So this very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars.
Nate, I'm thinking they probably have some comments behind the scenes on this one.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I'll quote Charlie D'Agata. Me too,
yeah.
Charlie. This is terrifying, Tony.
I haven't seen an American missile bounce off an object on video since the movie Independence Day.
Right.
I mean, this is some weird stuff. And either it's an alien, not good, or some other country has an amazing new piece of flying machinery that is immune to missiles, also not good.
Yeah, somebody call Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, because we're going to need some help.
Yeah.
Well, US space agency NASA says its Perseverance Mars rover has found potential signs of ancient life on the red planet. The agency has told journalists they found evidence of possible microbial activity in rock samples.
So it just kind of suggests that life on Mars could have lasted a lot longer and been a whole lot more recent than originally thought. Now, these samples were collected last year in July. NASA's Perseverance rover found a rock on Mars called Chiava Falls. It drilled a sample from it, and NASA thinks it could have clues to ancient life. The rock is made of clay and silt. This is great for preserving signs of microbes. There's our first clue. Now, the rover also found colorful mineral spots. These are called leopard spots, and those minerals, they're usually found on Earth, and they're often created by tiny life forms. Scientists say those spots can also form without life, but that usually means high heat or acidic conditions, and experts say that most likely didn't happen there.
Scientists immediately knew. It was interesting, we hadn't seen anything like that before on Mars. And so they've done the analysis on these leopard spots, and we think they are potentially made by some sort of ancient life. We look at everything we know about life on Earth, and this is the kind of signature that we would see that was made by something biological.
All right, our panel remains. Buzz Aldrin, the NASA astronaut, second man on the moon, remains. We're going to have him pick up in a moment his description of that thing flying across the sky as he heads toward the moon. Fife Symington now joins us, the former governor.
Buzz, what did you see?
What did I see during the flight?
Yeah,
we saw one of the four panels to 99.999. And these are three guys who have flown in space twice and have looked out at the stars and all sorts of things. So, belief, yes, we certainly saw something. We could see, look at it in a second. I know, it was one of the panels, yeah.
So that's
a lot of people have said things that I saw. That doesn't mean that I don't want to reveal the source of national television.
Someone very close to you told me that you had another sighting that you actually chased to you.
In your years of flying, have you seen strange things?
I was flying a T-33, I guess, and I looked out and saw a star out there. But it wasn't a star, it was Venus. But it kept following me all along. And you would swear that it's another object out there, and you can turn and... I want to congratulate you on your magic show last night with all the illusions, because now we're getting a lot more illusions tonight. And can you explain both sides of this? I really do believe that you need to have very firm evidence, and cover-up is something that just doesn't exist for very long. Sooner or later, somebody's going to squeal on it, or and I just can't believe that we would be covering up such a major, significant event as true evidence of beings from somewhere else.
Governor,
does it mean that some form of life could have been involved in forming these rock formations?
That's right. So the team that was examining this considered lots of different potential explanations for how these things could have formed, including things that don't involve life. Maybe one of the important things to know about this is some of the processes that we think were important in forming these without life typically take place at high temperatures, and using the best techniques that we could available to us on the rover, it doesn't look like these rocks ever experienced those kinds of temperatures. In contrast, on Earth, there are microorganisms that do those reactions regularly, and in fact, at the same time, as these rocks were being deposited on Mars, there were organisms on Earth already doing this as well.
Which is incredibly exciting.
NASA says the sample was investigated by top scientists around the world for about a year, and so far they're backing the hypothesis. The rover found the rock in a massive crater that used to be full of water billions of years ago.
Jezero is also indisputably the site of an ancient lake.
NASA's next goal is to bring the sample back home. Scientists say it has to be tested on Earth to fully confirm its origin, but its journey home is still up in the air because of proposed Trump budget cuts to NASA.
There could be a better way to do this to get these samples back. And I again, just to continue with missions that I don't think can meet budgets and timing, I think would be foolish on my part.
The rover collected what it needed from the crater and will continue looking for life on Mars.
Yeah, and this is just one out of 27 other rock samples that NASA's Perseverance rover collected. And so scientists say each sample suggests maybe some more clues about life on the red planet. From NASA's Johnson Space Center, Sarah Legray, Fox 32, Chicago.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed-out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
When a Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid, there's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes. Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information that's not in that video, like what mission they were on, and as they said, what are we even looking at here? We do know that the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes against Houthi targets at the time. Pentagon officials tell CBS News, no comment.
Now, is there ever going to be the chance to bring some of these samples back to Earth to look at them closely here?
I genuinely hope so. I think getting this sample back could answer some of the biggest questions that we have about life and its place in the universe.
Habitation on the moon. We can visit other people with their habitation. We can keep track. If there's something very important to be developed from the moon, I'm not sure what it is right now. And I sure think we should identify what it is for America to make such gross expenditures again for human habitation on the moon. We can help. We can join with. Together we can explore the moon and develop the moon. We should go boldly where man has not gone before. Fly by the comets, visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there? Who put that there? Well, the universe put it there. If you choose, God put it there.
Is
Maybe
that